Good evening.
Ransom.
Welcome to the Village of Cary. We have a village board meeting for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. To order, please. We do have a quorum of board members present. We do have trustees Capelli, Weinhammer, and Kraus attending via Zoom due to the COVID pandemic. Roll call, please.
Capelli? Here. Weinhammer? Here. McAlpine?
Here.
Kraus?
Here.
Collier?
Here.
Betts?
Here.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll now move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I have one individual sign in, Anthony Stefani. Did you would like to address the village board?
Evening, everyone. I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. Anthony Stefani. I'm running for Board of Education for District 26. I have been in communication with a lot of people in the community. I have about 10 years in IT management, where I actually manage IT infrastructure for roughly about 150 locations throughout the U.S., charter schools, clinics, hospital care. Besides that, I know a lot of community members have reached out to you guys. Of course, everything going crazy with District 26 and communication-wise, trying to seek some additional guidance. And one thing we are lacking is this voice of what's going on, how's it going to be done, how can we get our kids back to school. So I just want to let you guys know I'm here to kind of help bridge that gap any way I can. I've seen a couple of emails go back and forth with village trustees as well as Mark that have already been forwarded to me, and I'd really love to get to know you guys and be able to answer any questions that you guys have or anything that I can do to help you guys out in the long run. So thank you.
Thank you. Is anybody here who'd like to address the village board? We just have a lot of people in blue here today, so that's good. I feel very safe right now. We're really safe.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I have a couple things on my report this evening. I have one employee recognition. We have Kirk Ashelman, which I believe was just here like last week. He is celebrating his 1-year anniversary. You want to meet me up here, please?
All the way up.
Right where we swore you in last a month ago.
Right, exactly.
This is I can't really, I swear, this feels like, Jake and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
I swear it was like last month.
Yes.
I mean, we're still wearing masks. We're still reasonably healthy, so this is good. Well, thank you very much for your first year of service. Hearing wonderful things about you from our chief. I'm sure he's going to want to spout out some more accolades about you, but we're thrilled that you're here and we look forward to many more years to come. Just a little bit of a letter, and this is we have a new logo and a new pen. You are the first employee that's good.
Oh, that's great news.
Hey, come and see me. I know a guy. You guys want one of these? You guys can come back. These are really cool looking pins. I have one. Where's yours, Jake? You guys are.
It's upstairs.
But that's for you.
Thank you,
So
sir.
thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Kirk's truly the first employee.
About Officer Ashelman is we're lucky to have him. He had a 30-year career in the city of Park Ridge. When he retired as a sergeant and came here, he has a cornucopia of experience that includes being a sergeant. He was commander of the Major Crash Assistance Team in Northern Cook County. He was a coordinator for that unit's unmanned aerial systems. He was an instructor for Citizen Police Academy, a criminal investigator, a juvenile officer, a field training officer, an evidence technician, and a patrol officer. The only reason I know all this stuff right now is because I submitted him as a candidate for our participation in the McHenry County Regional Major Crash Assistance Team. So I'm very happy to have Officer Ashelman on our department. Number one, he's making a very good contribution. I think the highest praise I've gotten from one of the police officers is that they describe him as chill.
But thank you again. We've got our men and women in blue supporting us. We've got our deputies here, so this is awesome. This is a true testament of what what our police department is about. We support one another and we support the village. So thank you very much for your service.
All right, thank you.
We do have more of those pins, but.
Thanks very much.
Come, Jake will take care of you.
We actually just sent out a bunch today. We actually just gave department directors a bunch of them today.
Okay, good. Thank you. Couple more things on my, I'm adding to my report. Just to give an update on COVID-19. As you all know, I'm on the Regional COVID Task Force through Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus as well as McHenry County Council of Governments. And we continue to work through the issues of the vaccine. We are really putting together a strong distribution network to get people vaccinated. It's just that we don't have the vaccines. And that's where we are. We're working with the governor's office as we speak, coming up with new plans and things. Actually, I had several calls today regarding this, and it was floated that with this new Johnson & Johnson vaccine that's going to be available, the benefit of this one is you only need one shot. And we're dealing with people throughout the region that, you know, the impaired or the elderly that can't get out freely. So we're trying to work it, and we've made the suggestion to the governor's office that perhaps they utilize the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for the people that it's harder to get to, because people like maybe you and I, if we go get vaccines, we can hop in the car and go. But there are a lot of people here that are at a disadvantage. They don't have transportation. They have trouble with work or whatever. So, you know, we're trying to work through all these things. And then also, I will mention that just for those that are paying attention, we are aware of the situation going on at the school board and what the decisions have to make. These are unprecedented times, and we have to make sure that we're dealing with fact-based decisions. I've been in contact with the Superintendent, Mr. Coleman, as well as I have a call into the President, Mr. Bridge. So we're working on these things together, and I've been inundated with some emails lately. And just to let people know that the Village of Cary has no jurisdiction over the school board. There seems to be some misconception out there, but I put together an email that I've been responding with just to have some consistency with us, that we have offered our help and our guidance in any way that we can to help them make the best decision for our community and for our kids. I don't relish the fact that we have to be put in these situations, but we are doing our best to make sure that we're going to make a decision that's best for the community, and we will continue to do that and offer our services where needed.
Can I make a comment on that?
Yes, is this Trustee Capelli?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So I actually sent a message on email to Jake, the village administrator, asking to reach out to see if the school board did need any assistance, or the school needed any assistance with, just if they needed help with some emergency questions, since the village, the police department, and open the entire time. I'm just curious, was there a response? Did the school give a response?
When I talked to Superintendent Coleman this morning, I reiterated those things, and he said that he's aware. He had communication with Jake last week. I believe they've been touching base, if I'm not mistaken, or they're going to be. But he's aware of our offers, and he has taken that under consideration.
Yeah, and if I could just add on that, Trustee Capelli, I did reach out to the school district and just let them know that our admin staff, our police department, we're here for them if there's any assistance that needed. And they're very appreciative of us reaching out.
Okay, but so as of right now, though, there's nothing the village is necessarily, there's no plans to meet or anything like that, or is there?
No, the offer was extended to them if they need any help, that we're here for them.
All right, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And we'll continue to follow up with them as needed for the betterment of the community. I'm not aware of any trustee reports, so I'll go ahead and bypass that. I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items number 1 through 9 as shown on the village's website and displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Courtney?
Weinhammer? Yes. Betts?
Yes.
Strauss?
Yes.
Delphi,
Yes.
Capelli,
Yes.
Collier,
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to the administrator's report. Jake?
Mayor, Village Board, just wanted to remind the public of our next budget meeting. We have that scheduled for March 20th, which is a Saturday. It will take place right here in this room, 9 a.m. sharp. So certainly if you're not able to attend, we will be live streaming it over YouTube. That's all I had.
Thank you, Jake. Department reports. Chief Finland?
Just something real quick. Just a reminder that the Hill Striders Half Marathon is March 14th, which is Sunday after next. And it's gonna be a little bit different than it has been in the past. Same route, but instead of all the runners going off at the same time, they'll be setting them off in 50-person groups with a 5-minute interval. So Three Oaks Road might be impacted longer than it normally would be in previous years. So just so that the public knows that, number one, that the event is occurring, and that there's gonna be traffic disruption on Three Oaks, Green Grove Road, Crystal Lake Avenue, and Rawson Bridge.
Thank you, Chief. Director Morimoto?
Thank you, Mayor. Speaking of traffic disruptions,
I think Eric would.
This is gonna-
Transportation is going to be starting some bridge work on the Fox River Bridge over on Route 14. This will begin, weather permitting, March 15th, and it will last through the summer into September, October, depending on the weather impacts and the progress. The major impact is the drop from 2 lanes each direction down to 1 lane as you go to the bridge and approaching the bridge. So just want the public to be aware that they will be working out there to obviously give some distance and some space to the workers out there for safety, and plans for some extra time as there likely will be some traffic delays. If there's any questions or concerns with the project and during the project, we'll also be sharing IDOT's standard hotline number that will then have information conveyed over to their project team. Thank you.
And just as a reminder, this is purely an IDOT project. This is not a village project.
This is not Eric's project, Director Morimoto.
I'm sure that we're going to get some calls and emails about this, so we'll do our best to get the word out.
Okay. All right. Any future agenda items in discussion by the village board? None said. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Delphi,
Yes.
Weinhammer. Yes. Collier,
Yes.
Capelli,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Thank you. We will resume in just a minute or two.